think he's tried to get her help, tried to turn the straight and narrow. There's only so much you can do. And she
Okay, we
dies
got
from a
life,
fentanyl
y'all.
overdose, which is happening a lot in entertainment. It seems to be. Predict. People have their own minds. They're going to do what they want to do. All you can do is try to be as
I'm
supportive as
listening
possible.
to the feud
And
between
maybe
Master
Romeo's upset
P
about
and
that. Maybe feel like
his son Romeo
he sees his
about his
dad
sister's death.
talking about mental health issues with someone else, but he's not talking about it in regards to his own daughter. I could see why Romeo would be upset about that. But again, you have conversations with people. Maybe he's had them, but I don't know. You don't go to social media if you're having regular dialogue with someone. This is because Romeo probably hasn't been able to speak to Master P and really have the conversation with him. Maybe Master P doesn't want to have that conversation, and Romeo feels slighted. He feels betrayed because he's like, I stood by you for so long. Even
this is YouTuber Jay the Black, y'all. Go check him out.
I stood beside you. And we're having these issues now. You don't want to have this conversation. You don't want to admit to certain things because you see, once again, Romeo's a dad now, and his view of things is probably different now than it was before. There's a different level of responsibility, and maybe he wants to show that he can be the father that in areas that his father wasn't. But again, in this situation, you can't really blame anybody. I just think that Master P, it would be very difficult for me to believe.
Romeo's sister dealt with mental issues and committed suicide.
I can't believe he wouldn't. I mean, he's fought all these years for Corey, his brother, who's locked up. So I could believe that he fought for her, but that was a battle that was lost. But there's nobody that's really at fault there. So let us in the comment section.
All right. That was a good interview, Jay the Black. Let me just say this for starters. People don't really realize what people going through. You got family members that's sick, or like he said, he been going to bat for what's his name? Corey, which is murder. C Murder, that's his name. He go by C Murder. And with that situation, I think C Murder name put him in jail. And the whole persona of, the whole street rap gangster persona, I think everybody, far as the entertainers that come from the street, you supposed to make a transition, but it's your persona that gets you your deal. If you come in the game and you're projecting that gangster persona, that's what they want to hear. Cause I done heard rappers say, "Hey, I got think about how complex Tupac was. They don't come no complex than Pac. Pac was gangster. Pac was a poet. Pac loved the women. Pac respect women. And Pac was smacker nigga. A ninja, I'm sorry. So Pac will pull that pistol. So it's like that's the facet of many people. We have different ways, which is resulting to we can have different personalities. You don't have to just stay in a box and say this is who you are in this whole totality. I was just listening to the Curry dudes, Night and Day podcast, and they was talking about it's not enough music that balance out. They was talking about the stripper rap, like Meg Thee Stallion, Glorilla, and all these other, women that talk about what they do, you know, basically, Lotto, Big Lotto, you know, so which is cool. Everybody need to get money, but balance it out. So thank God for YouTube because if you get tired of listening to the smut, which I like listening to sometimes, especially when I'm riding out on the weekend. Let's get ratchet a little bit. It's the weekend, but during the week, I don't want to hear all that all the time. Even the drill rap, gangster rap. I want to hear some slick Ricks, storytelling. I want to hear some funny rap, Biz Markie. So it need to be. I want to hear some conscious rap, PE, Public Enemy. You feel me? Then I want to hear something about the ladies from LL and some. I want to hear some scratching, some Run DMC. I want to hear some artists that still have DJs in their group and scratch and mix and stuff. My son say, "What is the purpose of the turntable?" I like to smack this shit out here. I'm like, dude, don't you disrespect rap like that. The turntables would got the MC rapping. If the DJ didn't play the music, bro, ain't nobody picking up the mic to rhyme. And let's go further. Graffiti, breakdancing was a part of the culture. So, it ain't just about what you listening to. My son 19, so he listened to whatever the 19-year-olds gravitate to. They like Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert, what's the other dude? He went to see a concert. All them dudes sound the same to me. It's no individuality. Now, I will say the artists that started in his timeline that made it 5 years, let's say from 2017 or 2013, if they still relevant now, then they have evolved. But a lot of them dudes them fell off. You know, uh, you know, XXX is Toxion. He used to listen to him. He really kind of felt how I felt when I heard when Tupac died. My son was feeling that for XXL and Toxion, so somebody you vibing with through their music, you somebody you messing with, you fucking with. So so people with their music and their words move people, you know, and it creates a vibe, as the kids say, it's a vibe and all that. So you have your right to have who you like, who you don't like, but don't disrespect the culture from the beginning, which I was around to see from the beginning. That's why academics caught it when he talk about uh, all the pioneers of hip hop. Don't they all look dusty? I'm like, that's why he caught it from everybody. Don't disrespect the culture because being about the business wasn't relevant as it was then is as it is now. Thanks to Jay Z. Jay Z whipped them jokers in place. So yeah, we hated that the Rockefeller, him and Dame Dash fell out, but Jay was about that business, you know. And Jay even said it in a song. I'm gonna make them pay for what they did to the Cold Crush. I'm gonna get mine, and I'm gonna help my dudes along the way. That's in my circle. But which I dudes need to follow my moves and get about your business. So Jay Z pretty much helped the game be where it's at. For P to be in position, for Puff to be in position, and anybody else that's doing big numbers, anybody else that's claiming to be a billionaire, I credit that to Jay Z at 100%. Jay Z been about the business from day one. He always was hungry and wanted to go to the next level, to go to the echelon. Okay, yeah. So so I know I got off the subject, but like I said, I had to explain to him, don't disrespect the culture. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can't think of this dude that he like. He sound like Lil Uzi Vert, um, dude with a light voice. I can't remember his name. Anyway, I ain't gonna waste my time. All right, let's get into man. DJ Twitch, wrestling having. I know this dude to be a dancer, and then I didn't know he DJ'd until I seen him on the Ellen show. I was like, okay, boom, that's the dancer dude. He was a movie star as well. He danced in a lot of movies, and you know, they saying that he committed suicide, and I have yet heard somebody say he was a sacrifice. So that ain't out there, but I did hear that might have been a hit because he was speaking out, and I don't know what he was speaking out about. So so I equate speaking out. You're talking about people that don't want to be talked about, people that don't want you talking about them. So when you say speaking out, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm trying to pull up some visuals. My laptop is I'm trying to load up. But yeah, let me get into his bio before I show y'all the pictures, man. So you know how I like to do. I like to. I seen Avatar last night. That joint long as a mud, but it kept my attention. And I felt like for a while I was watching Wakanda, the whole underwater stuff. But I wanted the Ryan Googler, I think I said his name right, the director of Black Panther. I wondered did he get his idea from them because I sort of, you know, I think the guy McCartney on the news of Channel 5 was interviewing James Cameron. And I think I heard that they were working on this movie for like 10 years since the first one. So I wondered, did he get ideas to do an underwater movie Ryan Googling, the dude from Black Panther, like piggybacking off of Avatar, or was it a genuine idea that he had to make Wakanda, about the water and stuff? So it has a lot of similarities. So, um, and the fact that Wakanda came out first, everybody, I got people saying, "Oh, Avatar copied off of Wakanda." So you know, I think that's gonna they're gonna be bumping that. I'm sure they will. They're gonna be bumping that. You know, had I not heard that information, I would have been saying that. You know, yeah, I would have been saying, yeah, y'all copied off of Wakanda. All right, Steven Twitch Boss. Grandfather says family is completely devastated. Stephen Laurel Twitch Boss. So his last name is Boss. Was an American freestyle hip hop dancer, choreographer, actor, television producer, and television personality. So I guess he started out in 2008. He finished in second place on the American version of So You Think You Can Dance. Okay, in 2008. Okay. Born 1982, Montgomery, Alabama. Died December 13th, 2022. Encino, Los Angeles, California. Spouse Allison Holter. Been married since 2013 to 2022 to current. Wesley Fowler is their kids. Zayla Balls and Maddox Laurel Balls. So he had three kids and two daughters and a son. And you know, yeah, that's just crazy. You know. So they saying he was found in a hotel or something. He left a suicide note. He supposedly killed himself. You don't know what people are into, and from his social media, nothing about him said he was depressed. First and foremost, nothing saying about him that he was depressed. He on there dancing, and this was just Sunday that they pulling up videos. Him and his wife dancing with the kids. They dancing and everything. Got the kids. They done put the Christmas tree up, and nothing saying suicide from this dude. You know, nothing is saying suicide about this dude. So but you don't know. People deal with stuff all the time. Like I'm going through something right now. My mom is sick, and you know, I'm the oldest. I'm the rock of the family, and because of me understanding that position, I'm still walking around like I'm a regular, you know, uh, I ain't gonna say that I'm happy, like I'm happy, but I'm just still dealing with people. Like I still go to work. It's like I gotta, or and I know it's not me. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Um, I know that me being the rock, the oldest, the expectation is for me to handle everything a certain way. And that's the expectation I put on myself. So whether I want to cry or be vulnerable or whatever, I just know I can't do that. I just can't. Because if I'm out of control, the whole ship going to sink. You know what I'm saying? I hold the family down and, you know, in all ways, emotionally, leadership, financially, the kids are grown. Everybody that know me. My sister died when her kids were like maybe 12, 10, and 7. I raised them kids financially with my money. They didn't want for nothing, you know. Christmas, holidays, birthdays, they didn't miss a beat. And my sister was a single parent, and my siblings were kids, so it was just me and my mother, and we held it down, so now when my siblings get of age, early 20s and whatnot, they started contributing to help the kids, but it's still me that's holding the fort. So, we done got into a little debates about, well, I did this, I did that. Okay, great. You were supposed to do that because that's what we do as family. But don't get it twisted. Whatever you do, it never amounts to what I've done. So let's get that straight. So don't never think that, you in position, to just override what I've done and what I'm doing. So, you know, one of my siblings, we had to have that debate, and I had to let it be known. I'm always in position because I walk the walk and I talk the talk. I'm not somebody that just went off and lived their life and forgot about it, which I was entitled to do, and I didn't. I've been grown to take care of family, and family is priority to me. So therefore, that's what it is, you know. So enough of that, you know. I still ask everybody that rock with Street Finance and me, myself, Big Dave, give my mother your prayers, send your love, if you don't mind, because I think that's what's keeping her at a stable situation is our aggressive energy, our faith, and our love. That's what's keeping her afloat. So the more that comes in, she gonna be good. God got her. God is the ultimate decision maker. He decide that when we leave here and when we come here, it's by design. If you're a spiritual person and you are aligned with the Almighty and you connected, you understand this. The cycle of life. You're born and then you have an end date. You know what I'm saying? So it's what it is. So get yourself connected with God. I explain to people that have problem really, accepting God. I just say, look, just think of God. And this is the best way I can put it in layman's terms, without getting all, philosophical about it. We all know when we drive cars, we need insurance, right? One will argue, well, I'm a great driver. I don't need no insurance. Wooty woo woo woo. Okay, you need insurance just in case if somebody hits you. If you're so confident you're a great driver and you're not going to hit somebody, but suppose somebody hits you, people don't really think about that. And don't you know, let me educate you how this go. If someone hits you and they find out you don't have insurance, they don't have to pay you for your damages. Real talk. They can get a lawyer and fight it. And it's their fault. But the fact you are illegally driving a vehicle which you could take somebody's life or hurt somebody or hurt yourself. A vehicle is a weapon, whether you know it or not. In the court of law, if you're outside the guidelines of driving a vehicle, and that means if you don't have a driver license, you don't have insurance, you're outside the guidelines. You're operating a potential weapon that could take people's lives or yourself. And that's how they're going to come at you. Okay? Just letting you know. So I say with God, I say, well, no one really know if God existed or not, other than what you was taught, what you was told, and what the Bible say. That is the extent of what we really know about God. But I say, just like you need insurance to drive a vehicle, let's say there is a God. Don't you want him protecting you, covering you with a shield that will protect you from the devil, his evil, and the wickedness that that's out here in the world? You want protection. Think of God as insurance on your car. Your car is protected. You are protected. So believing in God is protecting you from the wicked world out here. So yeah, you don't know whether it's true or not at the end of the day. But let's just say if he is, don't you want the protection? You feel me? Well, I don't know if there is a God or not, so I ain't gonna mess with it. But okay, now you leaving yourself vulnerable and open to what wickedness and satanic people or things can come at you with. You have no protection. So wouldn't it be wise? Okay, well, I really don't know if there's a God or not, but just in case, let me go ahead and get in a relationship. And all he wants is you to acknowledge him. That's it. Just want you to acknowledge him. Talk to him and give thanks for waking you up every day, which is a miracle, for all the great things in your life. And not big things on a big level, just the small things. If you're able to eat, if you're able to have a roof, if your loved one's great, that's miracles right there on a small scale. He wants you to be thankful for that. And then once your faith grows, the quantity of things that he'll do for you will grow. But you got to make the first steps and not acknowledge him only when things are good or no, when things are bad. Acknowledge him for the great things and good things that he do for you, no matter if it's on a small scale or big scale. So that's what we need to understand. I ain't coming at y'all like a holy roly because I'm far from that. But I know what I know. I'm 52 years old. I should have been dead a few times in my life, messing around in the streets, crucial accidents that I've been involved in. It's like I walked away unscathed. So I'm telling you, I done seen the miracles that God done did for me in my life and doing for me in my life. He needs you to have a relationship with him. And with that relationship, you know what's going to happen. Your faith going to grow. Your confidence going to grow. You're going to have an energy that you walk around with. Okay? I call that aggressive energy. You know, you transfer that energy. And aggressive energy to me is any room I walk in, people know I'm in there. And that's just me and my presence. And when I open my mouth, people don't, people will never know or never not know that I'm in a room when I step in the room. My energy comes in the room with me everywhere I go, and you're going to know it because I'm going to let you know. I'm going to say something to you. I'm going to be engaging in something. But see, people with low vibrations, they walk in the room, they go stand in the corner, you know, and you don't know that they there. You know, if you have aggressive energy, everybody gonna know and feel your presence. So that's what believing in God will do for you. And sky's the limit. Understand he wants you to have faith of a mustard seed, which is like that. So the more your faith grow, he with you. He by your side. He gonna hold you up. He got your back. We all need that in this world today. It's wicked out here. You see these celebrities dying. I don't know what that's about. It could be legit, you know, but people taking their lives. What's so godly about that? It's not. That's wicked. So if he giving you fame and fortune and all right, you need to be in alignment and thank God. And I'm not going to act like things can't go bad because according to Columbus Short, this man put his money in that FTX. If y'all following that, the dude, the new Bernie Madoff, done stole everybody money. They saying he put $2-3 million into that and lost it, and ain't nobody giving no money back. It's gone. This man 40, done worked hard all his life, got a family, got a home. Now he's broke. He's not even employed right now. The Ellen Show is not even on TV. So that's what that's about. I hope that helps somebody. Thank you for the gas that's been coming in. You know, I told y'all they getting ready to charge Trump with charges, and he's not going to be able to be a candidate to run for the president. Watch what I tell you. It's coming. They talking about it, and I'm following it real tough. You know, they talking about it. You know, so God rest his soul. You know, let me get some issues on my man. I seen him in Step Up. The movie they did in Miami was awesome, and you know, he was like the lead in that movie, and he was in Magic Mike, and I went with a young lady to see that, and he did his thing in that, and I think Michael Strahan was in Magic Mike. Jada Pickett was in that joint, and she was running like a entertainment house. Like, they gave private parties with strippers and dancers, and instead of being in the club, it was a house where it was like a members only type of setup. So, you know, I've over the years, being a socialite and being a party goer, I attended one of them parties that it was, they had soundproof walls and everything, and you paid $20 to get in, and it was like a club in there. They had the whole deck, you know, it was like a buffet. You go out there to eat. That's what your $20 got you. They played music. They had a DJ in there. They had the dance floor going. They had the dice games and card games going. You know what I'm saying? It was like a clubhouse, like a country club situation. And then they had the dancers, the strippers upstairs, and they had a guy at the door to make sure that that's all that was going on. The dancers were dancing, and the and back then women wasn't, you know, intertwining with, you know, it was like what I want to say. Guys and women wasn't sitting in the same room watching women dance like it is now. So you got more women going to see women now dance, and yeah. So that was like, as I observed, like the COVID took, the strip lifestyle, the club lifestyle is online now. So you ain't even gotta go out your house to be entertained, and you can see it on your phone. So and these ladies are getting their money with their only fans only fans, or whatever the fuck that shit is. Um for them. Because when they shut everything down for COVID, people had to get creative. So they start having the parties and the events at people's houses and in their backyard, and that whole lifestyle followed. So whoever was doing what, and then they was like, "Hey, we need to put this online," and that's what happened. And so now these women making more money than they ever made, because now you got the house situations and rotations, and you can go back to the club if you want to, and then now you get your independent money on the OnlyFans or whatever. So yeah, everybody eating at the end of the day. you know and like I said, how you didn't have to go to the movies, you could stay at home, and the movies coming straight to demand and Netflix, and I'm really enjoying how all of the entertainers. I'm really enjoying how all the entertainers are working now, as far as actors. The actors, because of the streaming craze, meaning that all these streaming studios, they're hiring actors, and everybody that got on board with streaming. So Amazon got studios, Netflix, everybody making their own movie. So I say that to say You don't just have to go to Hollywood and begging for a job now because all these studios, from all levels. You got your big dog studios, your middle type of studios, and your low end studios. Whereas though everybody can get in front of this camera and create. And now you getting to see the same faces in a lot of the new streaming movies and TV shows. Like if you watch BET, you see some of the same familiar faces on different shows, which is a great thing. I love it. Everybody getting money now. The artists, the music artists are independent now. They taking back control of their power of how they want to present their art. If you want to be gangster, if you want to be conscious, can't no middleman tell you what to do. That's a beautiful thing. Now you got social media. You can set up your website and get your music out there. You got YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you know, and now they're making places where you can be in alignment with these distribution, streaming distribution, and you get clicked up with them, and the people that see your music, download your music, they send you a check. Now what's different about streaming? Yeah, you may or may not reach the millions or tour the world every inch of the world like a normal tour would be. A normal tour will go through Europe, it'll go over to Japan, China, tour the whole United States. I'm like, if you business savvy and you get clicked up with the right people, maybe you could do it on your own, but it ain't nothing like being with a record company that is the machine that could set up a tour with you with five other artists and y'all tour and they make this big money. So yeah, independent folks might not see that kind of money, but the goal is to get out there. You don't know what can happen. You don't know what person may see you and may want to work with you. Like how Spike Lee during school days, when people search for, individuality and things that are different, Spike Lee came to DC and clicked up with EU and was like, hey, I need y'all to be in my movie and I need y'all to make a feature song because I'm going different with this movie. I'm trying to be creative. I'm trying to put some shine on DC Go Go. And, all of us can just rise together. And it's presenting something that nobody haven't seen. Chuck Brown was already out there being a musician who was a jazz musician first, and then he went into go-go and started go-go. But he was like an old head, so his age group was following him. So when EU hit the scene with School Days, you had the whole college scene right there. And that really put DC on the map. From whatever Chuck Brown had already did, EU took it to the next level. And homegrown, Red Access, Trouble Funk, these were the key bands, and then everybody else followed behind them. And then you had Junkyard that got on and in Tougher Than Leather, which was the Run DMC movie. You know what I'm saying? They were up New York and performed at a party that Run gave, and this is in the movie. And They beating on the buckets and all that. That was big shit to everybody. They was like, yo, Junkyard up in the movie. We in the movie watching them do they thing. Then we would leave the movie and find out where they playing it and go see them perform. You know, Junkyard, the band started out beating on buckets up in Georgetown in downtown DC, earning money. You know, they wasn't even trained musicians. They self-taught. But understand this is a go-go city as far as music. And we have great musicians here that are self-taught. And then once they do get training, they out the stratosphere. I just wanted to put that out there. So, all right, wrestling having to Twitch, DJ Twitch, Stephen Laurel Balls, and I'm still tripping off his last name was really Balls, and you would think, you know, you would lead with that, you know, DJ Balls or Boss the Dancer. You know, maybe that was kind of corny. That's why he went with Twitch. I would like to know how he got Twitch as a name, you know. All right, let me go into where we at. We got another guy that ain't nobody really talking about, but I'm gonna talk about him. Uh he was really known as a writer, but he had bars. I'm talking about Granddaddy IU, and he was a writer for Roxanne Shante. All right, we going back to the '80s and early '90s, man. Oh, so yeah, my man just died. He was 54 years old, and magnificent writer. Okay, since his death, all the interviews coming out how he was trying to be his monkey and be his kind of, you know. See, everybody that's in position that had artists that put artists on, we know now that they participated in stealing, taking people publishing. You know what I'm saying? You know, so this is what Granddaddy IU is saying that you know, they'll just pay you a check and then but what was behind the scenes like royalties and publishing, because you didn't know about it, they took advantage of you at the end of the day. So whatever material that you made, and if it blew up, you get royalties, you get points, you get publishing. That's where the real flex at. Once your record sell, it do what it do, your name get out there. Anytime your record played or anybody use your music for promotions or whatever, you get a publishing credit, which amounts into a nice check. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how that went down. Let's get some bio on my man, you know. And honestly, when he came out, I thought he was kind of corny. Granddaddy IU. Now he looked like a granddaddy here, but back in the day, he's a young dude calling himself granddaddy. But um, he explained it, which made sense. He was like, "Well, I wasn't calling myself a grandfather. I was talking about status, meaning like a royal, like you have king, queen, princess, prince, So if you belong to some kind of like if you're a Mason, if you in some kind of social club, they have titles like grand, uh, grand, what I want to say, like the dude Grand Pooba, who we know is Grand Pooba. So he was like Grand Daddy IU, not the grandfather, not from that perspective, but when you use the word grand, I'm grand. I mean, I'm good. I'm great. Uh, so he was coming from that aspect, from like a social club status, like the Grand Marshal, the Grand Dragon, which is like high titles in like organizations, social organizations. The Grand Dragon is negative, so we're not giving that no life. So we're gonna stop that right there. But let's say the Grand Marshal of so like every year a homecoming, a Grand Marshal is declared, which would be somebody that holds the title of, okay, they the highlight of the parade of homecoming, or the Grand Marshal of the Macy's Day Parade, Thanksgiving or Christmas parade. So, you know, so he was coming from that perspective of a title, not actually a title of a grandfather, but a title of a social status, grand. You know what I'm saying? So if you know, you know. I mean, I can't explain it no better than that. So let's get somebody else, man. Okay. Okay, veteran rapper Granddaddy IU died at 54. Granddaddy IU, a prominent member of the early rap label Cold Chillin' Records. Okay, that's why he wrote for Roxanne Shante, has died at age 54. TMZ Hip Hop has. Okay. All right. All right. What is his real name? He was born in Queens, 1968. Born 1970, so that's why he's 2 years older than me. Juice Crew, Cold Chillin' Records, Sony Music in the group, Entertainment Group, Epic Records, Warner Brothers Records. Um, yeah, he done wrote some. Okay, his debut album was called Smooth Assassin. See, they killed you with lyrics back in the day. That was the big deal. You had to have bars and wordplay, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, you know, what was his name? He's a Muslim too. He's a Bey. His name is Ayu Bey. Born August 23rd, 1968. Known as Granddaddy IU, was an American rapper who was a member of the Juice Crew. Okay, um, So he started out with LL, everybody that was on Coachella, which was Big Daddy, Smoothie. Look at the video, The Symphony. Everybody in that room he started with, and he was a writer for a lot of them, but mainly Roxanne Shante. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I see he wrote the record called Road to the Riches, which was DJ Polo and it's my man damn, Coogee Rap and DJ Polo. Yeah. Okay. While we're on Granddaddy IU and he was a hip hop artist, it's only right to play one of his joints that he penned. So let me look him up and give him and show him some love musically. And y'all, this is even though I titled it Rest in Heaven, Mills Lane, Granddaddy IU, DJ Twitch. This is Friday night, Saturday morning throwback 41. You know, even though I didn't label it, but that's what it is, you know. All right, I'm going to randomly pick a song, and then I'm gonna play "Roll to the Riches." Find your love in the city. Okay, thank you for chiming in. Find your love in the city. You know what I'm saying? 69XXX life. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Word up. All right, Granddaddy IU featuring Sadat X, she said. And this is Sadat X is from Brand Nubians. Let's go. That's why they follow every bit that mama say let's go. I'm up to date, still remind you what the 80s go. Rich for the whole bag of bitch and a daughter. Granddaddy IU, y'all. This how we was going back in the 80s. Bars. Funky hip hop, rough hip hop beats. I'm a icon with my Nikes on. Shorty says she wanna fuck with the lights on. She says she wanna get bit by the python. I told her get the camera, we can make some nice porn. My broad game is remarkable. Deep chocolate, the white milk, Asian, some Spanish will follow. They all play the bomb with a black nigga from the college. Big rich, they stay in checks, B. Ain't got a gorilla pimp, I just stay in trouble. And you call them, some days I gotta store them. Some is doing words, others straight ghetto birds for that hurt fuck. We get loose in the truck. I never got no bra on luck. I might spin a little to get up in that middle. Why I ain't call, I ain't want to, no riddle. But I take you out to eat with the man playing the fiddle. And if
like me no more. Go for broke in a stroke till that pee-hole sore. And me talk, tell the girlfriends he so raw. Damn skippy, I'm from New York City. I got stamina with me in my polo apparel. Move, blow by the barrel, head cop to the side, hitting top in the ride. She love my hustle and my grind. My East Coast flow, my New York state of mind. Said it's hard to find a nigga like me in this day and time. But everybody sounded like the South when they rhyme. I said, I know, but baby girl, I stick to my guns. And when I bust a nut, it's gon' stick to your buns. Then I proceed to beat it like drums. Have a leaking like that thing got the runs.
Yeah. I had to give y'all that right there. You know what I'm saying? Granddaddy IU, rest of heaven. Oh, man. That was tough right there. With Sadat X from Brand Nubian. All right, Mills Lane, legendary boxer referee. I don't know if he boxed himself, but guess what? This man was a judge. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull up his visuals right here. Yeah. Saturday night, no, Friday night, Saturday morning throwback. Installment 41. Judge Mills Lane. Mills B. Lane II was an American boxing referee and professional boxer, a two-term Washoe County, Nevada District Court judge, two-term, and television personality. Lane was best known for having officiating big fights like Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson. He dies at 85 years old. Let me get some visuals on him. He was refereeing the fight when Tyson and Holyfield first fought. And when Tyson bit Holyfield on and bit his ear off. Yeah, he was officiating that fight right there. That's him looking at Holyfield ear right there. Trying to find some visuals of him. And he was a two-term judge, so that means he was a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Mills B. Lane, the second, November 12th, 1937. Born 1937, died December 6, 2022, was an American boxer, referee, professional boxer, and two-term judge in Washoe County. I don't know where that's at. Oh, okay, that's Savannah. Okay, he's born in Savannah, Georgia, and died in Reno, Nevada. Okay, so he went to the University of Nevada, Reno, and mid exits school. Mid exit school. That's one of the schools. That was like a school in the 50s. Trying to get up. Here we go. Judge Mills Lanes. So let me go even further with that. He was the first people's court judge before Judge Wapner and everybody else that came on the scene. You know what I'm saying? And don't y'all know Judge Judy is like her she has a production company that produce a lot of these judge shows that we see out here. You know, like the hot bench and paternity court. Judge Judy, uh her 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 production company, her lawyer production company produce a lot of these judge shows, and he was the first one to jumpstart the Judge Craze shows, like how we enjoy Judge Joe Brown and Judge Matthews and so forth. He was the first judge that started the whole wave of judge shows that we enjoy today. And so this picture that I showed y'all with Holyfield Mills Lane examine Evander Holyfield right ear after he after it was bitten off by Mike Tyson during the third round of their heavyweight championship match in 1997 in Las Vegas. So that's what Mills Lane is doing. Judge Mills Lane, former boxer, lawyer extraordinaire, the starter of, he was the first judge of the People's Court. You know what I'm saying? Legendary referee. You know what I'm saying? A man of many talents. You know, I really love in Living Color when they had the Jamaican family on it, and they were highlighting how Jamaicans have a lot of titles and jobs that they do. And, you know, y'all go check out in Living Color the Jamaican family. And, you know, they like, how many jobs you have? You know, they talking to a baby and everybody in the family talk about, I'm the mailman, I'm the police, I'm the fireman, I'm the doctor, you know. So yeah. So just having multiple incomes and skills, I always revert back to In Living Color and how they made fun of the Jamaican family, or implying that Jamaicans have multiple jobs. And I ain't mad at that, because that means they never broke. And me being a vocational person, a vocational school individual that obtained trades. You know, I didn't finish college, but I went to vocational school in high school and obtained a brick masonry certification. You know, so back in the day when I was coming through high school in the 80s, you know, they wanted the kids to get off the street. So, along with the Marion Barry program, summer youth program, to put some money in kids' pocket, they started trade schools and trade programs where if you got a skill and you learn more than one skill, you could take care of yourself. So the saying was, skills pay the bills. If you have at least 4 skills under your belt, you'll never be hungry or homeless. So I live by that saying. Okay. I live by that quote. I live by that saying. But I added to it over the years. Do you know 10,000 hours of doing anything? That means you're proficient enough to start a business in whatever that you're doing for 10,000 hours. And 10,000 hours equate to 5 years, depending on how fast or slow you do it. But 10,000 hours equate to 5 years. So whatever you've done in life for 5 years, that equates to 10,000 hours. So that means you know the intricate, or you can educate yourself enough to know the business side of it. But the hands on hustle and bustle of anything, you know what to do and how it need to be done. So you can open a business and whatever that you done spent 10,000 hours in. And to maintain being a millionaire after you become a millionaire, that's, again, I done added to that. You know, I got another quote and a saying that I've adopted. And millionaires tell you that if you have 7 different streams of income, you will never fall off from being a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? 7 different streams of income will maintain you being a millionaire. And this is advice coming from millionaires. So don't put all your eggs in one basket and depend on one business to keep generating. Create more businesses and do what it takes for it to be successful. And therefore, let's look at Rick Ross, somebody that come from the rap game, who's really doing his thing, being successful. Everything that he liked to do, he incorporated it into a business. You know what I'm saying? He make records, he in the music business, but he said after spending all night on the block, we would go to get food late at night before they close. And so he got money now. He said, you know what? I want to own my own little fast food chain. So he invested in what is it? Not Chick-fil-A, but Checkers, which is a black owned business in the beginning. I don't know who for real own it now, but I know Rick Ross is an investor. And then from Checkers, he went and purchased his own chain of fast food joints called Wingstop. So the magic number is boom. If you can obtain 50 restaurants, and then I guess, locally, and then branch out worldwide and have one in different locations of the world. So 100 restaurants will keep you living in a big mansion like Rick Ross down there, which used to be uh the mansion that Rick Ross lived in used to be Holyfield Mansion. And it's funny that I'm talking about it and making that correlation. So yeah, the mansion Rick Ross lived in used to belong to Holyfield, Evander Holyfield, when he was at the top of his game as the heavyweight champ. And money was just rolling in, just like 50 Cent bought Mike Tyson Oval Mansion or Big Mansion in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? And he held on to it for 10 years before he sold it. And he was like, I'm tired of the commute and from Connecticut to New York, and then now 50 is a producer of a show that's on a streaming cable site that's doing very well. So he lives in LA now, so it makes sense. You're rarely there, so why would I keep a house there when I'm rarely there? So uh So right now, 50 Cent is a television mogul now, and he do more TV shows and than he does music. But music was the catalyst that got him into position like Rick Ross, And these are the two dudes that you watch in the community, that's doing things, Rick Ross investing in different products and uh, you know, I follow Big Shaq. Big Shaq got like 150 businesses that he invests in, and he was like, I'm a joint venture investor. I look at companies that I believe in, and I invest money, and I own percentages. And so yeah, so that makes me a owner, and a part owner, but a owner, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And we all know the mystery, not the mystery, but what went down with Kyrie Irving and this Jewish to black folks movie that Amazon had that Kyrie Irving just tweeted Shaq premiered this movie in New Jersey at one of his theaters. Of course, he didn't know about it because he not there every day, hands on. They just using his name to attract attention in business, and he's a joint venture investor, And so yeah, so everybody getting that shot because you said Kyrie was stupid and I think they misrepresented what Shaq was saying, and I'm just saying, and I don't know directly if he was calling him stupid. I'm trying to narrow what he was saying as far as him being stupid. Was he criticizing him for posting that link? Saying you stupid, hating on him, or was he saying you're stupid for starting this controversy, bringing attention to yourself? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that this is what these folks gonna do to you. They're gonna try to shut you down, blackball you, and woo 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 and all that. So, but as they say, if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? So all right, I'm gonna leave y'all with another song, and yeah, Hebrews the Negro. Somebody talking about it on fan base, which is Isaac Hayes Jr. That's his social media platform. Who father is the iconic Isaac Hayes. And from Memphis. And yeah, so. Let me give you another joint from Granddaddy IU, man. And yeah, Granddaddy had some bars, you know what I'm saying? But the first song, honestly, that I heard, I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like that joint. It was like a slow, little roll. It was like a slow roll type of song, you know. I ain't like it. And all right, so let me go back. Okay, this song is called Something New, and this joint was featured on Yo MTV Raps back in the day. All right, let me get it keyed up. Granddaddy IU Something New. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
world premiere. Crystal clear in your ear, so listen here. Yeah, it's something new, but I ain't no new kid, so don't fool yourself. Garbage what you did. Ain't nothing changed, so don't act strange. I'll chew through your crew, so get out my range. Cause I'm calling shots while I make my appearance. No interruptions, no interference. So turn it up loud and let the bass thump. Give me the mic and watch the whole place jump. I kick a swift rap, sign the gift rap, so zip your lip. I ain't with that rip rap. I go from broke with the rhymes that I wrote. Flow quote for quote, even hit the high note. Bring bitch the chicks, I drinks the fix. So sway to the way K plays the mix, cause it's something new from the granddaddy. Something new.
Some visuals.
Grab a seat, take heed to the entrepreneur. For sure, it's short, literature hardcore. I'm light, but not white, quite right. That's right. A parasite, white, I'll invite the fright night. So let it be known, the rap zone I own. So leave my phone and my microphone alone. I get paid. My levels enslaved to going out like a roach. I go out like raid. I won't back up or freeze up, slack up or ease up. Daddy, you was cold chewing them seeds up. I get raw with the rhymes I develop. So all of you suckers, shut the I'll bend your chin and grin. You can't win, so spin 10 to get in. Then it ain't pretending. Cause in the battle, I get rambunctious. So take heed, no need to pop, jump, just step. And bow out gracefully.
That look like a Tyler show. Y'all remember the Tyler show?
The worst is he hurt to say Sesame Street. I ain't earned your bird. When I'm through with you, your crew will be residue. So just get out my face is what you better do. You wanna call, just call that all. But if you don't come right, take it far, cause it's something new from the granddaddy. Something new from the granddaddy. Attention, class is about to begin. Prepare to take notes, grab your paper and pen. As I teach and preach and reach any or each parasite or leech, but you will impeach. I start the call, terminate the fraud, while the crowd applauds for the more. I kick off like a ninja, beef, and I'll send you home to broken bone, cause suckers I'll injure. And when I'm through, you can pass the brew, but for now, I got work to do. So no time to wait, don't debate or procrastinate. I'm ready to great cause the fans I fascinate. Shots a call, plugs are install. This is a ball, now it's time to brawl. Suckers get played out, walk slips are made out, punks get laid out, and K-Reds to fade out. Wait, those who come front here. What is you stupid? You can't get nothing here. So play your room while we doomed to rotten hell. You cold booty, it's off with cottonelle. Think you can get this, boy? Don't be ridiculous. I shoot more gift than St. Nicholas. Men pretend to win, but then the K begin to spin and blend again and again. With a distinguished style that you can recognize. And I fail to understand how the heck you guys borrow and fight and not have a guilty conscience.
I remember back in the day, I used to go to a lot of fashion shows, hair shows, a lot of talent shows. Man, the city stayed lit, man. You know what I'm saying? Not just from the club tip, but everybody displayed their talent. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it was just vibrant. Now you scared to walk the streets nowadays, or you scared to go somewhere because everybody got beef now, and you don't want to get caught up into nothing. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Installment 41, Friday night, Saturday morning, throwbacks. And you know, I told y'all I'm very unorthodox, you know what I'm saying? I'm not scripted, you know, and I'm glad that you know, I'm glad that I wait all week to do an installment because again, a lot of you gotta wait for news and things to unfold. So The fact that I talk about everything across the board. I need events to happen to talk about it. You know, from Mills Lane, the referee, and we learned that he was a professional boxer. He was a lawyer. He was a judge. He refereed the biggest fights. I don't think you can get no bigger than Tyson and Holyfield, and he was refereeing the night that Tyson bit Holyfield ill. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get no bigger as a ref than that event back in 1997. You feel me? So yeah, I was 27 years old at that time too, and we was watching that fight. You know, and let me tell y'all a story, because that night I almost died that night. Now that I think about that fight, we was over my homie Al house. Big Al threw a fight party, and we went down in Mayfair, Kenilworth, over in that area. And they had just started, renovating over there. So she had a nice apartment, or I think it was or even a condo. My man Big Al girlfriend, and who became his wife down the line. And just crazy thinking about this. But because that fight got cut short in the third round, they stopped the fight. Man, we had all these drinks. She cooked all this food. And, you know, one, we found out his wife didn't jive on us there. She was like, your friend's rowdy. And my first wife was always on that tip too. Yeah, your friends rowdy, and they ghetto, they hood. I'm like, all right, whatever. Them my friends. So my man Al was carrying it the same way. But the fact of the matter, everybody went out somewhere to watch that fight. So because that fight didn't continue, which the main event fight come on like 10, is over about 1 o'clock, around that time, about 12. And so we went back to the hood around our area, we foregoed all the parties we were supposed to go to, or clubs, because we was gonna watch the Tyson fight and Holyfield. So we wind up going back to the hood, and we like, man, damn, we got all these drinks and nothing to do. What we doing? So we get on the horn, start calling, and nobody was answering the phone because they was already out. My man, one of them, I ain't gonna call his name, but two of my dudes, they met these young ladies, and I don't even remember the name of the neighborhood, but it was near Harmony Cemetery, and it was a hood in the back over in Landover. It's one way in and one way out. So they met these girls, and I think my man called the girl, answered like, "Yo, you home? All right, me and the homies, we coming through." You know what I'm saying? She was like, "All right, cool, right?" So I think that's what happened, or he must have been over there and she didn't answer. He be like, "Man, let's just pop up and woo de woo." So we get over there. I forget where, but it was in the Landover area, and so we roll up in my ride. I had like a little hoop dog, I think a Buick Century at the time or whatever. Yeah, two-tone color, gold and brown. And while we pull up in the parking lot of this hood, I don't even remember the name of the hood. You know, I almost died there. I sure remember. It was like 50 Bammers on one side of the hallway of these complex buildings in the parking lot. 50 Bammers. Everybody mad that the fight didn't take place or continue. So we going on the other side. So my man get out the car. He got the do-rag on like he Tupac. He carry a jammy on him all the time. And I told my homies, when you ride in my car, don't have your gun on you. Because we not going nowhere where we need to be involved in anything. When y'all with me, we partying, we trying to get phone numbers, we trying to be somewhere eating breakfast somewhere at one of these women houses that we meet or whatever. So we ain't on that time, you know. We're a party crew. When you with me, you a party crew, because that's who I am. I'm a party goer, right? So this particular dude put his gun up. So we needed it. We needed it that night. So this was one of the nights. I wish he had his piece on him. But anyway, he get out with the Tupac do-rag on. You know how Pac used to wear his rag. And he drunk. We all like feeling a little good. I wasn't drunk because I was the driver, but I had a few drinks, And next thing I know, he look over there where the dudes was at, and he said out loud to my other homie, "What them niggas looking at? What them ninjas looking at?" One of them, one of them Bahamas heard us, and he dipped off to his car and ran and got a gun and came back on the other side of the building where we was going in there. One of the homies, like, we went and knocked on the girl's door. They were in the back of the apartment. So they didn't hear us knocking on the door. So we coming back out. We coming back out. My boy see a dude running by the wall, like sneaking up on us, and he got a gun in his hand. And he was out there smoking a cigarette. I guess he was scoping the scene while we down there knocking on the door. Next thing I know, my man jumped like 8 steps. He got a gun. He got a gun. So we ran back because we was actually getting ready to leave. We coming out the building. He jumped damn near in our lap. He hurdled like 8 steps going down in a basement area. Next thing I know, we ran back to the apartment and was banging on the door. Then I'm like, okay, they not opening the door, so let's find the back of the building or whatever. Let's get out of here, right? And next thing I know, soon as we get ready to break to the back of the building, because I know time is, wasting because we gotta get out of here, right? So the girls opened the door. We bum rushed them and got up in the apartment, locked the door, and the Bama banging on the door. Tell them bitch niggas come on out here. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I say, call police, we gotta get the fuck out of here. We ain't got no phone. Like, what? I'm looking at these jokes. I'm like, where y'all meet these chicks at? They ain't got no phone. I'm like, oh my God. Next thing I know, these mamas busting my windows out to the ride. They done flat the tires so we can't get out of there. I left my cell phone in the car, so I couldn't call nobody. I think we had like all these drinks in there that we was just trying to chill with them and get our drink on. Had them cook some breakfast for us or whatever, or some food, because that's what we did when we partied and hung out. after hours if we didn't want to go to IHOP or Denny's or whatever. Our thing was, you know, we'll buy the food, you want to cook, that was our thing. And we started playing cards, that was our thing back in the day. Man, why they held us hostage in that joint for about 4 hours, knocking on the windows. The girls had two little babies in there. They were like toddlers. I would say maybe 3 and 1. And I think that's the only reason why them jokers didn't kick that door in. And rule of thumb in any hood with, you know, the hood ladies of our neighborhood, you're linked to 2 or 3 dudes, if not at least one dude. So, and it's always somebody crazy acting a fool when somebody else coming to see this young lady. She don't even mess with you no more. You still claiming her. So, anyway, again, it's fight night. So these jokers was high and drunk. They finally went on in the house or whatever. And one of the girls kept occasionally going out there, peeking out the window, say, them jokers going in, they done gave up on y'all. So I was like, man, they laying for us. I wasn't even trying to go out there. So it was 4 of us. One of the dudes, that sort of dude coming with the gun, he like, I ain't leaving the body till morning. So it was wee hours in the morning around 4 o'clock. And so two of the homies like, we gotta make a run for it. Like it's about 5 dudes out there. We can get I say, man, them jokers laying for us. They ran that corner. Cause we had to run. It was one way in, one way out. So we had to go up the same way we came in. So I'm like, what does the back of the building look like? I was like, well, maybe we don't want to do that because ain't nobody gonna see nothing. If it go down, they get to shooting at us. You at least want some witnesses. So that's a bad idea to go out back, right? So what's gonna happen need to be out front so people can see it, right? And so I was against it, but the homies was like, we gotta make a run for it. Why? It's just 5 dudes out there. We can't worry about where the other 45 dudes at, right? Mind you, I ain't no fast dude, you know, but I tell you what, I was fast that night. So the girl went out there and peeked her head out there. Them jokers was 3 was sitting down on the curb, all blistered and drunk, twisted and high. And it was 2 dudes sitting on the car. They had their back turned to us. So we eased out and we just broke. We ain't even look back to see if they was looking or nothing. We ran to a homie house. So we running like 30 minutes, top speed. We ain't looking back. So we make it to a homie house that was like across the way and call police and everything to go back. So we waiting on the police. One of the dudes got to tripping, talking about, man, I'm going, wait till we get home. I'm going to go round up the homies and go back. They're going to have to answer to this. I'm like, man, shut your ass up. Nigga, they done fucked my shit up. My car back there all busted up. So now I got to call a tow truck to go get my car. I got to wait on PG to come. Because I ain't going back there by myself. So, man. Then they took their time coming. It was like 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock. We got out of there about 4 in the morning. Took them 2 hours for the tow truck to come. Because I told you, everybody watching the fight. So that's what everybody was doing. So Anyway, I got tired of my man riffing about what he gonna do and we gonna go back. You know, next thing I know, we just got to fighting because of you, these jokers rolled on us because you said something out of pocket. You don't come in nobody hood running your mouth, especially when you not right. You ain't got nothing to defend yourself or back yourself up, but you running your mouth. Yeah, he was drunk, but still, you put us in a situation, and you got my car damaged. So I had to buy another car because of that. They totaled my vehicle out. The insurance ain't want to pay for it. So I wind up buying two more hoopties, which, you know, uh, something quick, 2000, whatever. And I bought a lemon that the engine wasn't for real what it needed to be. And so I had that 6 months. And then uh, I went back and bought another car after that joint went down because I wasn't going to fix the engine in the joint. And back in the day, you could get a little hoopty for $1,000, $2,000, depending on what you want. So so when the engine went out in this particular hoopty I had, I bought another joint the same way. Now, mind you, I bought a look-alike car that looked just like it was a different color, but same make and model. But of course, I was being lazy. I didn't go down to NBA and switch the tags over. I just threw the tags on and been riding 2 years. And it was the wrong tags on the car, but it was my tags. They wasn't stolen. So when I got stopped, the police was like, "These like the tags to this car, but they not stolen. They your tags. Like, what's going on?" And I told him I was being lazy. So the dude wrote me all these tickets. I had to go to court. So I just went and got a lawyer, and the lawyer was like, "Well, all you gotta do is just put the right tags on, go get everything registered." And I paid the lawyer $500 for him to tell me that. So he just showed up as a representation because you never go to court without representation. That's when they will just do what they want with you. Don't go in nobody court without representation. Get you a lawyer. If you can't afford one, tell them appoint you one. Do not do that. So yeah, that's crazy. That whole night unfolded like that. So that's where that situation took me at from the Tyson fight and Holyfield fight. All right, man. I'm on an hour 43 minutes in, and we're gonna cut it right there. Y'all have a good Saturday and love on your loved ones because we don't know when we're gonna check out or when they'll check out. You know, thinking you got time, you really don't have time because you don't know when time is going to delete itself from you or from you from time. Happy holidays to everybody. It don't even feel like Christmas to me because of what's going on in my personal life. But Christmas and the holidays, I guess, is for the kids. And if you got kids, make them happy and talk to God, give God your problems, and He gonna help you through. He gonna get you through. And I believe that, you know, at 100%. So y'all be safe out there. This big day, Street Finest. I'm out. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna holler at y'all. Thanks for waking up with me and holding me down. Peace.